Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Anon here, and yeah, I'm playing this game, a new game by Netmarble called Solo Leveling, and most of you probably know from the manhwa in Korean. So yeah, I'll go through a few tips and tricks on this. I'm purely free to play at the moment because it's out early in Canada and Thailand servers, and yes, you can see here. If I go through, where is it? Maybe bonus, right? So see, total purchase 0. I haven't purchased any of this. It's tempting, but at the end of the day, I'll try to just go through it and try it out first before I decided if I want to get some stuff or just maybe low spending, because I'm tired of spending for guys at games, and you know, in the end, after a year or maybe even 6 months, sometimes I just quit. Alright, so this game has plenty to offer. There's a lot of story missions, and it's pretty hard. You have to have a really good skill to know what to do during this. Some of these mission and encounters. I'm quite far at 11 now, and there's always a kind of like combat points. Requirements here that you need to do, right? So something that you need to be aware of, and then the other one would be all of the different hunters they need to know. So this is again a gacha game, so there's this rate up character at the moment. I think the issue, I'm testing whether this is gonna roll over to the next one. Hopefully it is. I think it is. But yeah, the raid is pretty horrible as usual for the SSR characters, and there's also SSR weapon for Sang Jing Woo. And yeah, but most of the SR characters or units are actually quite useful. The R maybe not so for the weapons, but hunter weapons, well, you got no choice. And there's also select banners, so it basically is a raid top banners. You select out of this which one you want. So I guess let's go through a bit of the quick tips on the characters. The character unit, and when you start, what you want is probably I would put it, maybe the best way I'll put it like this. These are probably the weapons that you kind of want. The last one, the book, is great for AoE damage. This is good for shield to give you protection, and this is pretty good as a quite a fast and long distance range weapon. So what would I go with? From my experience, I think these choices would be great. So we'll go through to why the reason this would be. Okay. So I would choose that, but hold on, for mine, I don't want her anymore. I've got 2 of her already, so I want another character that I can play with, and currently I need the water unit. So in terms of the combat or gameplay, some game modes would require certain recommended attribute here, so it's typical, right? So water beats fire, and fire beats wind, and wind beats water, something like that. Okay, so it's just going around in a triangle, and then you have the light against dark as a separate one, like this one, for example. So you open up all of these kind of features by completing chapters, and completing chapters are gated by the combat points here. These combat points of your team, right? So the moment I'm 81,964, maybe I can go through that, but then it also has all of these requirements or the missions, right? So if you like you 3-star or complete these missions, you get this essence, which is the in-game currency. But also when you complete the whole missions, then you can get these free draw tickets, okay, for the rate up banners or select banners, not rate up banners, the select banners. Okay, it's not the premium currency but the normal currency which is a lot. So if you think about it, there's like, you know, all of these nodes have 4. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22. So currently 22 times 4, okay, that's 88 free tickets that you can get, which is great. Not only that, there's also the hard mode again of the stories, and they are the same thing, 4 for each nodes. So if you complete it like I've done here for, you know, 9 out of 9 or 6 out of 6, all of this, then you pretty much get free pools. There's a lot of them, so there's enough to at least do maybe 2 PT worth of pools there. Not only that, there's also like this type of sections as well. This is kind of like climbing the tower per se, but each 5 nodes you get 5 again free pools. Okay, so now floor 10 you have another 5, floor 5 you have another 5. Okay, and so that's great. I think floor 1 doesn't have it, but yeah, the gold is important first of all. So you can do both hunters and player. So there are 2 types of modes here where you literally going to battle only with your player like this. Okay, your player with support, which are the hunters, or you can play only with the hunters, which is the character that you need to, you know, get. Okay, so yeah. So then the next one would be the hunters. What are good hunters? I'll just go through quickly here. So what to reroll and so on and so forth. So let's go through the codex. Okay, hunters. Okay, let's go through the SSR first. The top SSRs that I would say is really good currently in the current state of the game is Emma. Emma has break. So here on her skills, she does have a break light. So breaking, right? This break, a lot of the bosses or enemies, you know, have a shield, and if you basically have that shield, they you deal less damage to them. So what you need to do is you need to break the shield so that you can have more effective damage. And because all of the missions are time gated, right? So you have to complete within a certain set of time. This is important. So Emma is great because she has an AoE break. Yeah, this is quite large and it's an AoE, and this is a single break heavy. So this is a breaker unit, which is really good, really great for such events. Alright, so that is why Emma is pretty good. As a support as well, as you can see, is break. Okay, so Emma is great for fire break. Now currently we have a rate up banner with this Choi Jong In. Choi Jong In is just basically a DPS, pure DPS powerhouse, right? DPS, and so on and so forth. But in terms of, you know, then there's defense decrease and it's like that, so which is great. But in terms of utility for early games, not that great, you know. And as usual, as you know, in any of these gacha games, pure DPS can be replaced easily. There's going to be new meta and so on and so forth. But he's, you know, he's great for the start. Okay, so those are the 2 fire SSRs, right? So I would go with Emma. The next one that's good that I'm still trying to get is this Min Byung-gu, which is a healer. And healer or support is always useful everywhere. Okay, so, you know, and he has a light elements as well. And yeah, you know, no complaints. Healer always useful. So as you can see here, the heart, anything that has this heart is healer. Okay, so Wu Jingchul, you actually get him for free in, you know, by logging in. Lebora, she's great, however she's pretty slow. Okay, so she's remove any debuff zone, so she's basically almost like a how do you call it? I suppose removing all of those area-based debuff that you need to escape. But she also have this nice increased damage taken as well. But the problem with her is her animation is slow. It's slow. Look at it. Like how many seconds was that? 2 seconds? You know what I mean? You know, like come on, man. Like speed her up. That one, the support is not bad, but this basic skills,
barrier enhancement.
It's slow. Like they have to really reduce like that. Like, I mean, 2 seconds until the you know, the what do you call it? The summons attacking, right? It's just not great. Okay, so yeah, but meh, right? The other great one is Baekyeon-woo. Baekyeon-woo has again break. You know, with break, medium, break, heavy. So great breaker and light element has that. So that's the break element for light. Seo Ji-woo, she's alright. So she's great, but she's single target. She does high damage, but you know, for water. So she's pretty good on that, and has a break damage. So she's pretty good. So usually people choose Seo Ji-woo, but to be honest, for the, you know, if you want to skip Choi Jong-in, because most likely the next banner would be Chae Hae-rin, and if you know the manhwa, she's the waifu, right? Maybe you want to skip him and get her instead. I don't know what light, what element is she gonna be? Maybe water, it looks like, because you know there's only one water here. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, for rerolling, I would suggest Emma, Min Byung-gu, right? Those two are the one that you really want to get, okay? Because the rest, we actually have few SR units that are pretty good if you get them, or when you get them, right? We will get Lee Jo-hee, which is a great water healer for free. So you can actually just use her for healer throughout the game. So, you know, she's pretty good at that, and well, you got no other choice of other healer than her and Min Byung-gu, so you kind of want her, right? So let's go through quickly through the usable SR units. So Nam Chae-young, if you get her, she's great for break. She has again, she's a breaker, and she's really useful later on in the one of the stages that you need to farm, which is the artifacts stage. The other very useful one, of course, Lee Jo-hee. I think you get Eugene-woo for free. Do you get him for free? I think maybe not, I forgot. He's pretty handy as well because he has a shield. He has a bit of a healing capability, right? And he's also break, so he's pretty versatile on that note. And the other one is Kim Chul. Kim Chul is also great because he has break, right? And then also has a increased defense, and he has a shield for support. So pretty good tank, right? One of the best tanker, I think, is Kim Chul that you want to raise him up. Okay, so those are noteworthy SR. So Nam Chae-young, Lee Jo-hee, Eugene-woo, Kim Chul are, you know, the best options for that. The rest you kind of have, you know, when you get them, you're kind of forced to, you know, raise them up as anyway in the story. But yeah, and then if you don't have Nam Chae-young, you can also increase Anna Ruiz a little bit because she does have break, even though both of them are light, and a medium in the support, but not so great. But hey, you know, if you got no options. Alright, so Wang Dong-soo is pretty good for windbreaker, right? Bo Jin-cho is just a DP. Oh, see, he does have a break, but again, he's free, so you're gonna get him anyway regardless, which is not bad. So you don't aim for Wang Dong-soo because you already have Bo Jin-cho, which is also a breaker. Lim Tai-yu is also a breaker, right? But for dark. So you got him for dark, but most likely you probably gonna get Huang Dong-suk anyway. So because of SR unit, and he's a breaker, and he's a heavy breaker. He's pretty good breaker actually. So you don't really need him if you already have him, because just think about it this way: to how do you call it? To level up these units and to invest on these units is pretty expensive. You need gold a lot, like a lot. So it's gonna be hard to get. Okay, so I would highly recommend just if you already have the SR option to break things, just use them. Okay. All right. So just to recap, get Emma for reroll, get Min Byung-gu to reroll, and then the rest is whether you're gonna get them or not. If you got the SR, Nam Chae-young, Lee Joo-hee, Yoo Jin-ho, and Kim Jo, it's pretty good. I think Huang Dong-suk, he's probably gonna haunt your gacha anyway, so it's fine. You can skip Choi Jong-in if you want to and get Seo Ji-woo instead. Okay, so these two are, just depends, because at the end of the day, if you already have Nam Chae-young, Seo Ji-woo is pretty much questionable again, right? So that's the thing with this game. If you already have the SR equivalent of the unit, you're probably gonna use the SR a lot more, because over a period of time they're gonna get stronger, especially this game needing dupes. See these advancements, right? It's 5 plus 5 here, right? 10 advancements. You get what I mean? So at the end of the day, you will probably get the SR more than you get the SSR over time. Okay, for weapons, the two of the great weapons that I've been playing with or testing, I suppose, is this one that I have here is pretty good, because they give you this AoE damage. This is actually AoE, and it's quite large and it's pretty powerful, right? So that's pretty good. The next one that is really nice is this one, which is also very fast, very handy, right?
Flash.
And it's really cool.
Red flower technique type 1.
But it's only one unit, so unfortunately. Okay, but yeah, it's very speedy. This one is great for long distance. Alright. But yeah. So that skill there is pretty nice, pretty solid. Okay, so you have those. Now this one is great because it gives a shield, if I'm not mistaken. Is it? No, not this one. Where's the other shield? It's for Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, I think it's. I thought it was this one. Concentration. Maybe not. Oh yeah, here. When the user uses Fire Destruction, it applies the Falcon Blessing. Falcon Blessing applies a shield equal to 5% of the user attack. Okay, so I think it gives a shield.
Return to what you once were.
What is that? I think it should give a shield, so I'm not sure. I don't know why it doesn't. But yeah, so here, when the user uses a Fire of Destruction, where's Fire of Destruction? Yeah, this one. So this one will give you a shield. Okay, so which is great. So this equivalent of giving you a shield is the same as this guy here, Rock Golem, right here. Creates a shield equal to 40% of the user defense. This is also pretty handy. Okay, so in short, from the gameplay, Demonic Plum Sword, that's what you want, and Teddy's Grimoire for the AoE and really good damage. Huntsman is for long distance and range play, and Falcon if you want to play with shield and shielding is really handy because there's a lot of modes in this game that require you to not get hit whatsoever. Okay, and then this longsword, it's a counter based play, which is nice. However, when I was testing in my friend's account, it's not that amazing, right? It's a harder play because you know it's require you to play really accurately to block the boss's attack. But the problem is some of the bosses have 2 or 3 attacks, meaning it's like 3 slashes, and this only blocks 1. And then if the second slash is actually a kind of like a pushback type, you just don't counter whatsoever, annoyingly, right? This sky is actually free, so don't roll for this whatsoever. Okay, so if you want to roll for this one, right, the sword, and roll for the grimoire, right? Those 2 are best in my opinion because one is short distance, the other one is long distance. Alternatively, these 2. Okay, so this is short distance and shield, and this is long distance. I think this has it's just increased damage, which is nice. Okay, so, and has a break. That's the important part. This has break. Okay, for SR there are plenty of choices. Some of them have break, some of them are not. So you're gonna need to have a look at which one, right? But in general, one of the best one is this one, which is pretty much just giving you shield so that you can't get hit. And a lot of times, like I said, one of the mission requirement is for you not to get hit. So this is quite important. And you'll get some of this for free, like this one you get for free. But yeah, that's pretty much what I recommend. And you can basically have a look at like at the skills and as required. Okay, so dark, elemental. This one is pretty good because you can freeze the target, which is great. And you have water elemental. I think this one has, I'm trying to find the one that has break, because weapons that have break, nice. Okay, I think it's this. No, this one is not. This one doesn't have. Where's the one that has break? Usually it's the one that I don't have. No, not that one. I think this orc broadsword, right? Like, come on, it's big weapon. Should have break. No, so Sang Jin Woo actually don't have a lot of break weapon. Only that gun has a break. This huntsman, which is I think is pretty good, to be honest. So yeah, maybe it changes my perspective. Maybe that's more important than the grimoire book, right? So maybe it's better to have these 2, right? Or yeah, grimoire is still pretty good, like it really strong. This one 1220 attack, right? There's not many that has that big of a damage. Okay, right? So it's one of the, if not it's the strongest weapon. Oh, maybe this one is actually the strongest, but you're gonna need to play with a counter. Yeah, so these 3 are pretty strong as a DPS. So, but you're gonna get this for free, so you don't need it. Okay, so those are the things that for weapon that what you need to reroll, and for hunters. Okay. All right. So next tips for solo leveling. So the next one, if you see the story, try and on the first couple of days try to get as many stories and unlock them as possible to unlock all of these options, right? So the gates will unlock pretty quickly, Hunter Archive will be unlocked pretty quickly, and then Battle of Trials also the same, I think chapter 7. And this is pretty much, there's no stamina in this game, so you can just retry and redo all the time. And then if you fail, it won't basically eat the resources, which is, you know, the keys, for example. So for this one as well, try and unlock these 2 as much as possible. So for artifacts, this is basically the equipments, and again, this is like Honkai Star Rail, like Genshin Impact, and any of those gear-based gacha games. The true gacha is in the gears, because they will have the roles of what roles that you gonna get. Okay, you might get certain different roles, and they have different types of how do you call it, role within them. I'll show you after this. So try to get this as quick as possible because the farming for this are much better than tier 8 of this. So here at tier 8, right, you're gonna get this kind of legendary ones, but the legendary in the same level is not the same quality, or like lower quality. So if you see here, for example, I'll give you an example, the helmet. Okay, so here I think both of these are defense. So as you can see here, the level 50, this is, I'm getting these photos higher tier of players, Cerberus and Arachnid, and the level 50 of the purple, as you can see here, is higher than, right, it's the same level here, level 12, and here level 12 of this one, sorry, a plus 12 of upgraded 12 times here, and then the same of upgraded 12 times here, but this one is level 50 and this one is level 35, and you would say, oh, the rarity should be better, right, at level 35, but it's not. See, as you can see here, the defense for this particular, this is the base stats, okay, the base stat and the roll underneath. Of course, the substats is the one that is a gacha, right? Like you have to try and roll the best one. As you can see here, it's defense 8.1%, but on this, because it's already level 50, it's almost 2% difference, right? So it matters a lot. So let's see if there is another here, additional attack. As you can see here, 112 additional attack. Here 218, like double, man. So yeah, so this is worth it. I don't know if it's worth it on this one. Yeah, I want to try and compare. I don't think I can because currently there's no plus. Oh, even the blue one. Let's see if I can get the blue one, where additional MP, additional HP, additional defense. Maybe this one, damage reduction. Yeah, so oh, but this is already +1. So damage reduction +1, which is basically when you upgrade it, it will also, you can upgrade some of the substats as you upgraded it. So as you can see here, damage reduction +1 is 129. Higher legendary item, you know, and the same upgrade. And this is the blue one. You see the blue one, right? Damage reduction is the same. You get what I mean? And that's a base level. So that's why, guys, that, you know, try and get as quick as you can, as you know, as you can play really, and it's gated sometimes. Literally, you will get stuck on gold and things like that. But try and get these two as soon as possible. The base stats is higher. That's when you started to really upgrade your artifacts. Instant dungeon is the same. You know, if this is really difficult, you know, to be honest, like 84,500, it's very difficult. I might be able to try and break this, but it's just really tough in terms of time, because you only have the time here, 90 seconds if you can, right? But the actual timer for the battle is around 1 minute 50, sorry, 150 seconds, right? Almost 3 minutes. But it's tough because you're just not gonna be able to kill the boss, because like 84,500, and as you can see here, I'm at, you know, quite high level, almost level 40 here, right? You know, and still it's only 83,345. Okay, so yeah, so just go through that, get the story mission as high as possible, get your job changes, because San Jingwu can actually change his job and get a better stats. Okay, so trying to do this. In terms of the statistic of what to update, okay, so in general, precision is good when it's 100%. Okay, so trying to get your precision to 100% as much as possible. Where is it? Right, at the moment I'm not there yet, but that's what I'm gonna invest in, because beyond 100% is pretty useless. You know, not useless, but it's diminishing return. My play currently, I just like to spend on the MP and cooldown reduction, because, you know, I want to do more skills, so that's why I upgraded it quite high. Yeah, The attack is gonna be important to increase your attack, of course. Defense and HP, well, you are required to actually dodge in this game, so you don't really need this. And then agility, well, pretty much it's for hit rate and hit damage. Of course, it's gonna increase, but for now, in my opinion, upgrade these two first, because this will help you in the long run, and upgrade this secondary, and then this tertiary, and this is kind of like, you know, last. Okay, now everything in here needs gold. Unfortunately, upgrading everything is gold. Upgrading every single thing is gold. So we are currently trying to tell developers, guys, we really need more gold. This is ridiculous and it's not enough. So for example, if I want to increase the skill level here, right, I want to level up, use gold 9,000, right? If I want to unequip or change artifact, it needs gold. When it's beyond +5, it needs gold to change, right? So if I want to equip this, 8,200. Like, dude, right? Like, how am I going to progress if you keep on asking me to pay for all of this craziness? Okay, I want to change this artifact to a new one. Okay, water damage, I don't want that here. Dark damage, for example, because it has crit hit and crit, you know, an attack. I want to equip this, gold. It's ridiculous, man, right? Like, this is just not fun. Okay, so that's only the warning that you guys, so that you guys understand that this game is heavy in that. Now, last tip of the day, this one, yeah, special gate. Okay, sorry, gates. So you can rescan and just wait for 10 minutes to rescan, right? And you get a different set of gates. Like, leave the blue ones last, trying to get the red one, the purple one, and this one. This golden one, let's go in. This golden one is basically gold. So you want this. You always just try your best to get this gold one, because they're the only one that matters. Okay, so you're gonna see a little bit of the gameplay here. Again, this guide is probably not for veterans. This guide is for new players. Okay. And I'm just trying to manual everything at the moment, because I don't want to use my army. Because using the shadow army, if you play the game, if you follow the story, right, you can summon, you know, your shadow army, right? And see, that's the great thing about MIs, AOE. Right? You can trust me. This is the problem with this girl. It's too slow. Even the main attack is slow. Right. Watch out! Look at Twitch. Yes. Okay, so this one is simple. It's basically trying to get as many of these enemies as possible. Trying to find them. This can be quite annoying sometimes. There you go. Time is money. Come on. Time is money indeed.
Leave it to me. An opening. After darkness, there's light.
Oh no. Come on, man.
Leave it to me. Move it.
Yeah, this stage is just annoying. You cannot really auto it. You have to run around and chase them. But hey, good thing about that golden gate is this. 5,000 gold. It's necessary, right? You get this as well, which is shadow energy, which is to upgrade the army, right? So, and you get some of this gear that you can sell, pretty much. So again, you have to do those gates and do that often enough, right? Level up. And this is the thing that's annoying. They have this kind of like subscription pack, a monthly pack, you know, for like $11 Canadian, I think. And then, you know, that gives you 30% extra boost of resources, you know, which is like very, yeah, I know they need to make money, but I don't like this kind of things where they put features behind a paywall, right? You know, because then of course it becomes completely pay to win, right? Instead of like, hey, you know, you want to get more units, you know, you get currencies. I think that's a better approach, right? So yeah, so now you have dungeon breaks. The dungeon breaks will give you ascending or limit break weapons, which is pretty important later on. And this one always gives you gold, and for me, I just need as many gold as I can to upgrade my units. And there's a red one as well. So yeah, those kind of things are important to do. Okay, so those are just quick tips for you guys. Well, not really quick. It's almost like only like half an hour. But yeah, I will just chop it up, making sure that you understand everything, and I'll put, you know, into chapters and so on. So it's quick. And log in every, I think every 4 hours you might get some of this that gives you free essences. And in here, yeah, as you can see, you know, all of these things, and like as usual, right? Ooh, this is so nice. 100,000, yes. I can upgrade all my units. Well, not really all, because it's so expensive. Like, look at this. Upgrading hunters. All right, I want to upgrade this hunter to level 40. Dude, you know, like, all right, don't worry about it. I'll do it later. Right? Upgrading this. I want to upgrade it. I want to maximize it. Right? Maximize the whole thing. 91,000. You know, just for like what, 300 or 200 something attack increase. You know, not good, not great, right? But yeah, that's all for me for now. Just quick tips on who to reroll, what weapon to reroll, things that you need to do, where you need to go quickly to kind of like upgrade your skills and so on. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.